The advocacy community really plays an important role in drug development, particularly in rare diseases like this. And the Duchenne advocacy community is very strong, very organized. There are many organizations, right? Everybody's familiar with the MDA, Muscular Dystrophy Association. They're focused on the broad array of muscular dystrophies. There are many organizations that are focused more specifically on Duchenne. PPMD, Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy, is one of those. Cure Duchenne is another. There are those in Europe, Action Duchenne. There's efforts to combine the efforts of many smaller organizations, and Duchenne Alliance is an example of that, where they take organizations that are maybe a family that is affected by the disease that starts a foundation and raises some money. So there increasingly is an effort to collaborate across these various organizations that are focused on finding a cure for Duchenne. We hear from them often. We reach out to them to get a better understanding of their efforts and how they're increasing awareness, making sure they're up to date on our efforts and activities. Many patients look to these organizations to learn about new therapies and clinical trials. So it really is a partnership. I think one thing that we're starting to see is a more active engagement with the development and regulatory process. The FDA has actually assigned a kind of patient liaison to work with these types of organizations, and we hear about these organizations actually requesting meetings with the FDA about the drug development process and to educate them on the understanding of various diseases. So I think we are at a turning point in the impact and influence that the patient and parents who are afflicted by the diseases of these childhood diseases are actually having a stronger voice and are making it known that they understand this disease, they understand the risk-benefit trade-off of various drugs in development, and they want to try to emphasize the importance of faster access to these drugs. And so that's something that we believe our job is to do drug development the best way and to follow the regulatory guidelines of what we need to do to get drugs approved. I think what they're bringing to the table is a better understanding of the disease, and that these rare diseases can be very devastating, and the risk-benefit trade-off is often very different in a disease like Duchenne that's irreversible, that's highly progressive, and that ultimately leads to death in 100% of patients who have the disease at a very young age, in their 20s typically. And so I think the argument that the patient community is bringing is important to provide the right context for drug development and ultimately drug approvals.